Hi there, I'm Mark and welcome to Book Ramble. If you are new and your first time here, hello, nice to meet you. Hopefully we'll meet again. But if you are returning, and especially if you're a subscriber, thank you so much. By just pushing the subscribe button means so much for this thing called the algorithm, but also it tells me that you are interested enough to hear more, so thank you for the support. Meg Purdue of Books Off the Beaten Path tagged me in a wonderful book tag. It's not that bad book tag. I said I'd do it. Here it is then, Meg, and hopefully I've done justice. And again, thank you very much for tagging me. I just have to answer the questions, and there are 10 of them. Do you dog-ear your books? Oh, yes. Unfortunately, I do, and I butcher them to death because, second question, do you annotate your books? I'm notorious for doing that. And I can just show you. I've just recorded an episode to do with The Wanderer. And there you go, there's your evidence. And I'm very proud of doing so. I know people hate it, but I got used to doing it at university. And I'll do that to books. So effectively, making notes. Do you roll covers or break spines when you read? I don't do deliberate breaking of spines, but yeah. Well, I tend to go to thrift shops anyway, op shops as they call here in New Zealand, opportunity shops. And they're pretty much munted as it is. Now, for instance, I got this one, Oh Man in Havana, and it's old, but it's starting to, collapse. And it's dog-eared anyway. I mean, it's stained, water stained. I don't know what people did with books back. Look at that. Mould. I try not to break spines, but some of the big books, you've got no other possible way of preserving them. And this is the problem, I think, with books nowadays. So this is an old book of the Penguin Classics. And pages start to lift out. Oh, then look at that. Because it's old. The spine is starting to show its age. And it's because the binding's not that great on any of these books. They're paperback. You get some books that are very well produced and made of thicker stuff like that. They're going to last quite a while. But you have to pay for them. But we often seek the cheap, don't we? And often that's what's put out there. So I don't think we should get upset that when spines are breaking, because it's a natural process. Do you listen to something while you read? Increasingly less and less. I now require a quiet place in which to cogitate. Whereas before I could have my headphones on and doing various things, playing an online game and reading. Funnily enough, actually, recently I have done that. And there's a tale to tell. So I was doing The Wanderer. And I was reading it. And I was doing something else at the same time, actually here at the computer. And I recorded an episode. Then I realised I hadn't got it right. I had not focused, given due care and attention. So, no, I don't tend to listen to something while I read, even music in the background anymore. Do you read in the bathroom? Yes, and on the toilet, but not in the shower. My wife, it drives her mad. Especially in the bathroom. Yes, there's some books here that are a bit watered because of it. But what a great place to read. When you go to a beach in the summer and you're laying out there, you're in the same position and you're reading, why not in the bathroom? Do you read in water? Or is that not the same? Oh, right, so the bathroom is a toilet, of course. So I've answered 5 and 6. 7, do you DNF, do not finish? Oh, yeah. If the book is not to your taste or on your frequencies, it's not jibing, it's not your vibe, why pursue? It's like doing something you don't care for. Your heart's not going to be in it. Especially in the past, I'm always DNFing. DNF. Sounds like a swear word, doesn't it? DNFer. So in the 80s, I got a collection of books from an English publisher, and it was to do with classics. In fact, I didn't finish collecting it because I realised they were all Victorian. It's all like, hang on. And some of them I couldn't get through. I found them a bit too twee for my likes at that period in my life. So yeah, and I don't think you should ever worry about not finishing. And often some books, let's be honest, don't know when to finish. They carry on, and it's probably, they've said everything they wanted to say some time back. So I don't have a problem with do not finishing. But for BookTube, that's different. And in fact, one of the things I could say is this one. So I talked about this one. It's Shakespeare, The Complete Works. I was reading, not in there, it was the older one I had, was more dog-eared, about Two Gentlemen of Verona. Now, if you'd finished at the end of Act 4 and thought, oh, I can see where this is going, I don't bother with Act 5, you're going to basically be surprised because the change around in Act 5, it's problematic. So you can do yourself a disservice by ending too early. So try not to, but I don't think it's a problem if you do. Don't let the tail wag the dog. You know, we're the customer. We do what we wish. Do you ever read ahead or skip to the end of a book? No, never. In the Navy, I was well known for reading. Loved reading. Always loved reading. And I remember getting a book, and I must have been talking about it to people down the mess. And I realised when I got to the end, as a joke, someone had ripped out the last 2 pages. Swines. But I didn't know that because it was only when I got there at the end. Are you book-polygamous? Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 19 books on the go at the moment. Because I'm not just doing this channel, I'm also doing one to do with a study of another book. And that requires close reading as well. Do you own more books than bookshelf space? Yes, and always. In fact, you've probably noticed my daughter said, get some books behind you. It's more appealing to the eye. And I don't have a problem with anybody standing in front of a bookshelf. But I never have. I've always resisted it. So I've always been a lack of bookshelf space. For some reason, it's pleasing to me to see all the books piled high, like a dusty old bookstore. Yeah, I wonder why that is. Hide behind, probably. And bonus, do you ever take a book without leaving a book at a little free library? Yeah, all the time. Although I think I made up for it once because there's a local little book library in town where I live. And I was always getting stuff there. Though I noticed there was a long period during COVID where a lot of books was put in there that didn't appeal. So I deliberately stocked it full of stuff. Hopefully to get people to consider other books. I won't go into what they were. 11, tag some people. This is the final one. I'm going to tag people who are newbies, who do need support. In fact, one of the great things about BookTube is how we do support each other and how we tag each other. And because getting subscribers helps, does it not? It's a motivating factor. And it enables you then to talk to people. There's also some people who comment but don't do their own channels, and I don't know whether to tag them because they may not want to do a video. But yeah, newbie booktubers I'll tag. And thank you, Meg. Wonderful tag. I'm not sure who it's from. Is it Berner's Bookish Adventures? So thank you as well. Very good. I never thought I'd do tags. And now I seem to be doing quite a few. So ta-ta for now.